Don't be mad, but I pushed some buttons in your lab and now I'm in cyberspace. Looking for that elusive dislike bar that's been missing for months. But look what I found instead. Beer! Okay, not real beer. It's a bunch of emojis. Listen up, this is crazy. Did you know the Death Metal channel offers memberships for less than $3? I know, it's a steal! Members get exclusive badges, live streams, behind-the-scenes videos, members-only live chat, and over 20 unique emojis. All you gotta do is click the join button and you're in the club.
What type of company name is this? Now that I'm deciding.
Tanjiro Kamado, the sun-breathing demon slayer swordsman.
Jonathan Joestar, the very first
Jonathan.
JoJo who ever Jojed.
These two anime monster hunters are as deadly with a blade as they are infinitely good-natured.
But don't cross them, else they might leave you breathless. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Alright, going into this.
Daisho Japan, an
I
era
got
of
Tanjiro
unparalleled
winning.
progress and imperial domination.
The only
But this
reason
empire
why?
had a sickness,
Because
a
Tanjiro
rot
killed
at its
demons for a
core.
living.
Demons. This race of superhuman
Yeah.
cannibals originated from one being,
That sword's
their
done
all-powerful progenitor,
Except for
Muzan Kibutsuji.
Jonathan
Who
Taylor
spent his
from the
evenings
shoulder.
slaughtering families and eating them, including the Kamado
But I don't
clan.
even
Though
think
one of them
Jonathan
fatefully
is like
survived,
strongest
the eldest
Ghost
son,
Star, though.
Tanjiro.
Well, the good news is your sister Nezuko is alive too.
5'5"
Bad
at
news is
15.
she's a demon now.
That
So
ain't
sorry,
bad.
champ, I'm chalking this day
Not
up as an
really
L.
bad,
But
man. I was
Tanjiro
like
possessed the
5'7".
golden heart of an anime protagonist, and he devoted his life to curing Nezuko's curse and ending Muzan's evil once and for all.
So he joined the Demon Slayer Corps, a
Maybe
secret
Tanjiro
group
gonna
of
get
badass
roasted.
demon hunters with badass swords. Forged from a unique sunlight-absorbing ore, the Nichiren Blade is one of the only weapons that can decapitate a demon and end their unholy existence for good. Especially when combined with the Slayer's fancy pants katana magic.
It isn't katana magic. Okay, well, it's totally katana
That is
magic, but that's not what it's called.
visual
Yeah,
effect. That's what it
it's
was called.
breathing, which is so lame. Anybody can do that. Oh God, I was wrong.
The use of breathing is crucial to real-life martial arts. Deeper breaths massage the organs below the diaphragm, relaxing your body and lowering its energy requirement, while simultaneously giving you more energy to use.
Tanjiro mastered this breathing shit so well, he could do it in his sleep. Literally 24/7.
This is total concentration breathing, a technique developed by the Demon Slayers in order to massively increase their physical abilities to match their blatantly superhuman foes. Through the measured intake of oxygen, users can boost their concentration, reactions, and even manipulate the flow of their blood. This can help in slowing down poisons or speeding up the coagulation of wounds.
Which means he can use it to quickly recover in case of injury or fatigue. And Demon Slayers can combine their breathing with their blades for, well, katana magic.
Each breathing style is a separate form of sword combat. The first form Tanjiro mastered was water breathing, a flexible
water
defensive
breathing.
style where a user's blade summons water to slice like a raging current.
Tanjiro's
Yeah,
literal
that's all this
boneheaded stubbornness made him a prodigy Demon Slayer in no time.
He proved to be a tactical genius in combat, able to discern an opponent's weaknesses and exploit them in the heat of the moment. It was almost as if demon slaying was in his very blood.
Because it was! Hundreds of years ago, the creator of the very first breathing style taught this knowledge to Tanjiro's ancestors, who passed it down to Tanjiro himself.
This was the dance of the fire god, the Hinokami Kagura, sun breathing.
With sun breathing, Tanjiro's sword bursts into godlike flames that slow a demon's healing factor and can turn into a wicked fire dragon.
Sun breathing increases Tanjiro's speed and power, but at a cost. It will quickly tire him out, and overuse could severely debilitate him.
Which can also turn on this really distracting birthmark on his forehead.
Through intense stress and exertion, Tanjiro can activate this Demon Slayer mark, which boosts his already crazy strength and speed even further.
And gives him access to the see-through world. Basically, it slows down time for Tanjiro and gives him x-ray vision.
This allows him such a precise understanding of his
Yeah, so
opponent's
that way
muscle
he'll be able
movements
to
that he can
just
predict
actually
their
cut when he
future
needs it back.
actions, sort of like a spider sense. He can even do the same with just his sense of smell. No Demon Slayer mark needed. Not only can his nose detect people from hundreds of yards away, it lets him find an opponent's opening in battle even easier than before.
You'd think being an anime swordsman would make Tanjiro even edgier than his blade, but he's basically the group mom, with an innocent little cherub sweetness matched only by his raw badassery.
Tanjiro is tough enough to survive being stabbed in the stomach, fast enough to dodge lightning, and strong enough to slice through and derail a literal demon train.
That demon turned himself into a train, Wiz! Funniest shit I've ever seen. And this demon, Doma, was able to freeze the air into this giant ice statue in only a few seconds. That takes a lot of energy.
And Tandros managed to keep up with similarly powerful demons like Hantengu, Akaza, and eventually the strongest of them all, Muzan himself.
With the help of his friends, of
Yep,
course.
and the
It would take all their efforts and
story
countless
has
sacrifices,
ended,
but
so
Tanjiro and the
I don't
Demon
know
Slayers
where
would
the,
continue to fight to
animated
realize
is.
their dream of a world that is safe for
But-
humanity. And whatever in
They
Inosuke
going off
is.
of Tanjiro at the end of the show. He's definitely watching
Victorian
before we go to
England,
those
an
songs.
infamously shit-tastic time to be alive.
Whether you were a lowly street rat or a wealthy noble. Okay, well, that last one probably wasn't so bad.
That is, unless your dad, in all his infinite wisdom, decided to adopt the single greatest asshole in human history and make him your brother. That'd make you
Golly.
one unlucky schmuck.
That would make you Jonathan Joestar.
Hadn't you heard, Wiz? Everybody just calls him JoJo.
In an effort to take the Joestar fortune for himself, Jonathan's new brother Dio
This dude's
dedicated his life to
6'5",
breaking Jonathan
230
emotionally,
pounds
turning him into a
at
docile
20
puppet.
years old.
But after being bullied, beaten, and thoroughly
I know
traumatized,
it's
something
people out there
awakened
like that
deep
in
in
real life,
Jonathan's
bro. I'm
heart.
just saying.
The raging fire of a gentleman.
You
I
like, he
don't
was
think
like
beating the
6'5"
living
at
piss out of
18.
Dio was gentle, but it sure was
When I was
satisfying.
18,
Too
like,
bad it didn't last forever,
16,
because only a
nothing.
few years later, Dio got his revenge when he turned into a vampire and
Just make
killed
niggas
Papa
look tall as
Joestar. Classic Dio.
With Dio now bent on world domination, Jonathan would need more than his righteous fist to save the day.
Yeah, he needed a creepy floating Italian man that punches frogs with the power of the sun.
It wasn't just any creepy floating Italian man. It was Will Antonio Zeppeli, a practitioner of Hamon, an ancient martial art designed specifically to do battle against vampires like Dio. Through their breaths, Hamon users can blast a hot electric ripple out of their bodies and flood it into their opponents. Huh.
That's what Haman means in English.
The whole
ripple.
Haman thing
Man, if I had a
just
nickel
fell
for every
off in
anime
JoJo.
protagonist who killed
Now that I
monsters
think
with the
about it.
power of breathing, well, that'd be 2 nickels. But
Now
let's
everything
agree,
is
it's weird that it
stand
happened
back.
twice.
Haman energy massively increases a user's physical abilities and allows them to disintegrate vampires with a single punch. In order to fight Dio, Zeppeli
That's
taught
the thing, all
Jonathan
of this work
everything
on
he knew.
Like the zoom
Vampires.
punch, where Jonathan stretches his arm and
Jonathan
punches an
don't
opponent
got
from
no
far away like he
stand,
jumped on a
so
gum fruit.
he's just gonna
He
use
does
the
this
arm.
by using the ripple to dull the pain of dislocating his shoulder before snapping it back. That might sound crazy, but there are real-life examples of breathing basically giving people superpowers.
Like the Dutch adventurer Wim Hof, who can survive being nearly totally submerged in ice water for almost 2 hours. Through forced exhalation, Hof drops his oxygen levels in order to supercharge his body's thermoregulation and release euphoric chemicals to numb the pain, just like the Zoom Punch.
Mod is basically just like the Eastern idea of chi. Voila! Which is circulated through the body by, what else? Breathing. And just like chi, it can do lots of crazy shit.
Like walking on water, magnetizing plants, or controlling an enemy's muscles. It can even be transferred through solid surfaces like metal.
And he can catch his fists on fire and slam you senseless with his patented Sunlight Yellow Overdrive. It'll leave any monster smiling and satisfied.
Uh-huh. Jonathan took these skills as he, Zeppeli, and the definitely not just there for exposition Speedwagon invaded Dio's domain and waged war against
Bro,
an
I
army
remember
of
Speedwagon,
bloodthirsty
but-
zombies.
Including
Oh my
Dio's
goodness.
right-hand monsters, Bruford and Tarkus. Tarkus was strong enough to rip entire boulders out of the ground and slice through a cliff with one swing. He could even snap JoJo's neck and cut our old pal Zeppeli in half. Rest in peace, creepy floating Italian man. Sorry you had to be born the mentor. Hope none of your relatives die horrifying deaths too.
Before succumbing,
Yeah,
Zeppeli's
man,
last
we're
act was to
ready.
pass
I
his
forgot
ripple
his
onto
name.
Jonathan, not only allowing him to heal his own broken neck, but also combine their energies together.
And making JoJo strong enough to cut through Tarkus's giant arm. Not with his nifty new sword, Pluck, with his bare goddamn hand.
With this power boost, Jonathan faced Dio once and for all, and fisted him with his raging hot ripple. Wait,
Now, Fisted Dio was pretty impressive, considering Dio could later fight faster than light stands like Star Platinum. Hell,
Oh,
even
yeah,
other
they
Ripple
gonna be
users
basing
like
that off of
Joseph
this,
can dodge
so-
beams of light too.
but more
Now that
than
I
his
think
strength
about
or
it,
speed
Jonathan
or
might
even
watch the
Hamon,
floor.
Jonathan's greatest
Sorry,
strength
bro.
was always his intelligence and unstoppable determination. It was that burning drive for justice that defeated Dio
And he's
all
going
those
up
years
against a
ago,
little kid,
and the same
trying
one
to
that
go too,
defeated him
so-
again. But this victory was bittersweet.
He may be built like a brick shithouse, but Jonathan's got the personality of
I
a golden
switched my
retriever.
stance.
Even
I'm not
after
standing.
everything Dio did to him,
You know what I'm
all of the
saying?
lies and abuse and dad murder, Jonathan still loved him like a brother, and still cried those hot, wet 80s man-made tears.
And even after Dio returned on Jonathan's wedding
Y'all
night
still mad
to
about the
murder
Susan
him and
Stan joke?
steal his body,
Okay.
Jonathan sacrificed himself so his wife and unborn child could escape. But he did not die in vain. His bloodline would continue throughout the ages, spawning a line of illustrious and bizarre heroes who would crush Dio's plans and save the universe.
And they all had one thing in common: his name, JoJo. Wait, is the ripple his tip?
Wow. Who y'all got winning this down below in the comment section? Wow, this looks very cinematic.
Step aside! I've sworn to slay all of Dio's demonic minions.
W
I
plot.
don't know who you are, but you better leave her alone.
You poor wretch, shackled by the chains of this harpy's insidious mind control. On
Never
my
thought
honor,
NPC
as a
were,
gentleman, I will free you!
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. Did you bump your head? Total concentration. Water breathing.
Most unorthodox. You fight with valor, noble swordsman, but I know the burning passion of my heart will carry me through!
Oh, he's kind of adorable, like a puppy. I wonder if he has a caretaker nearby.
You're mine! Valiant footwork! You will fall!
No kamikaze! Nice try!
Incredible! You could teach me a thing or two! Scarlet Overdrive!
Crack this stupid ass. And he walked around.
His breathing is carrying some kind of energy. Like
you
me.
can see that.
And that means I know how to stop him.
He's focusing on my neck! Does he know? Metal Silver Overdrive!
I've got you!
Gotta close this or not.
Fate! He's going for my lungs!
Seeing all of that. Still lost the battle.
2 inches off. Did he dodge?
Oh, he's close to distance on the curve. That guy with the body don't need that.
Yellow!
Back into a business.
She's my sister.
On my honor as a gentleman, I will protect her with my life.
W plot. W story. Rest in peace, Tanjiro. KO?
KO! I'm not crying. I'm only crying really hard. Holy shit, hold me, bro.
Please don't touch me. On paper, Tanjiro did initially seem to have more advantages in this bout.
For sure. He'd been
Yeah,
training
but
for way longer
I
than
forgot how
Jonathan,
smart
and with
Jonathan
way
was,
more
for
experienced teachers. Tanjiro's Demon Slayer journey took place over a couple of years, while Jonathan's Ripple training was less than a month.
Tanjiro was obviously a superior swordsman with a variety of powerful techniques and katana magic, while Jonathan really only improvised as a swordsman.
But that's where the advantages stop. Sure, Jonathan wasn't a natural swordsman, but he more than made up for it in hand-to-hand combat,
Yep,
while
well, I
Tanjiro was
said,
pretty
he
much
posted
out of
distance
options
to
without a
that.
blade.
Jonathan also had an
stab
edge
him in
in
the lungs.
strength. Comparing Tanjiro to
was
Doma
fine.
and Jojo to Tarkus, Jonathan was over twice as strong. And while Tanjiro later fought the more powerful Muzan, Jonathan did the same with Dio.
He was way faster too. While Tanjiro and his pals could dodge lightning, we can compare Jonathan to other Ripple users like Joseph who could dodge light, which is over 3,000 times faster. That might seem crazy, but in Part 3, Dio was able to keep up with stands like Star Platinum, which can move faster
wasn't
than
the
light.
same
Dio
Dio,
did this
though.
on his own, and that was while using Jonathan's body.
Even with multiple ways to predict Jonathan's movements and see the flow of his Ripple with X-ray vision, Tanjiro would not have been fast enough to keep up.
Especially with the Ripple backing him up. Sure, the water and fire Tanjiro generates is impressive, but Jonathan was tough enough to power through it. Tanjiro, though, had no way to defend against the Ripple bypassing his durability and directly messing with his organs.
Such as manipulating his muscles like a puppeteer, or directly shutting off his brain or heart, something other Ripple users have done to ordinary humans with a single zap. And Jonathan had the opportunity to do this literally every time Tanjiro blocked his blade.
Sure, Tanjiro could recover himself with the breath, but that'd be a breath spent healing and not, fighting.
And while Sun Breathing's overuse was dangerous to Tanjiro, Jojo's Hamon had no such drawback.
Which meant that Jojo could keep fighting for as long as he needed to.
Tanjiro was never going to go down
He ended
easy,
up touching
but
it
Jonathan's
out.
speed, Hamon, and righteous gentlemanly fists carried him to victory.
Jonathan took Tanjiro's breath away.
The winner is
They got
Jonathan
some type of
Joestar.
corny line like that at the end, always.